Other reasons why women withdraw, ladies? Our show?
I think if he's a little too flirtatious, like if I mean, of course, if he's coming at you, he's very flirtatious. But if you're out and he's doing the same thing he was to you with the other chick, just like
community, like
right.
Yeah.
I would think that he's been around too much.
Spotlight boyish.
Right.
Ooh, spotlight boyish. A little too flirty. I'd rather him be more like the kind of, in the cut, looking in, observing, and kind of kicking it. Right.
I would drop. I found out that they just wanted me for like the image, like I wanted a hot chick or a model chick or whatever, and they want to use you sometimes.
And they're leaving like their demo tapes at your house.
Yeah, when they leave like press kits at your house.
when they say, this is the signature, when they say, you a good look for me.
A good
That's
when you think
you're not a good look for
you
me.
look like you look good. Or when they're asking your friends or your boys, yo, is that a good look for me?
That's all
Yeah,
bad.
like you're an
Is she hot
accessory.
enough for me?
How about because the guy's too needy?
Yeah.
Because that is definitely a turn off.
Yeah.
Because my girlfriend has this guy she was dating, and he's like, I'm leaving, and we're like, bye. And he's like, I'm getting up now. Like, I'm like, you want us to tell you to stay? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, you said bye, so bye.
Kick rock. Or finding out a guy has more kids or has kids, maybe you're not ready for that.
Yes.
I would withdraw.
My scenario.
Or if a guy's not attentive enough, I think. If he's not being consistent. Like,
Inconsistent guy.
I'm sorry.
Or if he's not taking care of
inconsistency.
his kids, and he tells you he
Horrible.
is, and you find out.
A guy with a bad reputation. I hate a male whore. Man
Yeah.
whore.
Yes, the man whore.
I'm like, how many? You have been with way too
So,
many.
I can get past the man.
I
horse
bet you
thing.
could. I bet you could. All right, we have another caller, G from Nebraska. Shocking.
Exclusive shocking team moment.
We are amazed. G, welcome to the show. Miss Nebraska.
Hey, first of all, let Corey know he tore it up out here though. He was hilarious.
Corey Holcomb.
Oh, yeah, he's
very
hilarious. We gotta get him on the show.
Corey was on?
In Nebraska.
But with the women thing, I mean, y'all just a little bit too fickle. Sometimes y'all know what y'all want. When you're getting treated good, sometimes you don't like that. But then when somebody's treating y'all, terrible, smutting you out, it seems like that's something y'all like, and it's crazy. Like,
What's treating good though?
What's good treatment to you?
Right.
What's good treatment to me?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, I cook for ladies. I do things. I do different things. Wine and dine. I do things that that they enjoy, they like. And then I try to do the faithful thing, and it's like that they're not satisfied with that. But then when you step out on them, it's your fault.
No.
I think it's the women, the caliber of women that you are picking. You're picking girls that don't appreciate a good guy, and a lot of women hold on, I'm on the road, damn it. When all of us were younger, I know when I was younger, I liked the bad boy, the guy that wasn't shit, that mistreated me. Yeah. When I got older, I appreciated that Barack Obama type guy, that good guy, a little bit nerdy. I think they'd make a good father.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you got to look. Obviously, if that's happening, you're picking these girls that ain't shit, really, don't you think?
Right.
Or I think it's even something as simple as cook the dinner and do all the other stuff, but then just like grab her by the back of her head, let her know who's man, that too. Like, don't step out on her, but show up, show her who wears the pants in the house. I think
Or
that's
who wears the
definitely
apron,
missing.
whatever in your household, whatever.
I think that's missing sometimes though.
Is he so?
No, but, I'm new here in Nebraska, right? So I'm seeing some different women out here.
Oh, so you're from...
and
They probably appreciate it.
So I hook up with this chick from work, and the first thing she, after we hit, at first thing she asked me, the next day is, you gonna get my nails done? I'm like, what?
Wow.
Listen, real quick. Getting the nails done is about $14. The wear and tear you put on her vagina, to me, is worth $14. Go on and get the girl's nails done. It's not that big of a deal. Guys, thank you so much for the call. You gotta stop thinking that's some big come up, and I don't want to go out like some trick.
Right.
Because you probably didn't take her to dinner. You probably didn't buy her any flowers.
Right.
All the stuff that dudes used to do. You'd save so much money. So if
Right.
the broad wants her nails done, she probably get them all raggedy, scratching your back. That's the least you can do.
Right.
Wear and tear in the
Hello.
vagina.
Exactly.
Get her nails done. It's $15. You
Yeah.
heard it right here on the Claudia George Show and the Pigeons.
Damn it.
Get the bitches' nails done. All right, we've got Hypnotic from Arkansas. Welcome to the show.
I love your drink.
How y'all ladies doing tonight?
Good. Thanks for calling.
All right,
What do you think about this?
Like, I honestly think, like you said earlier, that the challenge is the most, the biggest reason, because in the current situation I'm in, the young lady decided that she was going to play hard to get for, about 3 weeks of me trying to push closer to her. Her friends are like, oh, she's anti-men, you're not going to have a chance. Well, that made me feel like, I'm going to put my best foot forward, and I'm going to see if I can break that wall down. And then all of a sudden one day she calls me and is like, hey, I want to spend some time with you. We kick it for one night, whoop-de-whoop. And the next day I'm just like, I don't even want to go back.
Wow.
So you did it just to prove a point, just to see if you could do it, right? See that your intentions are wrong.
The intentions are bad at that point.
It didn't start out that way because it was something I wanted. Trust me, she's the epitome of the type of woman that I would like to spend my life with.
So why aren't you together?
So you're gonna let her playing hard to get stop you from having love?
It just didn't feel. It felt like she was doing it on purpose, and I'm like, okay, if you felt me and you wanted me to come forward, why didn't you just allow me? Why, give me the pish posh be gone every time I try to, approach you? But then when I leave your house, you text me for hours and hours straight after I leave your house. From the point I leave your house till I get to mine, until I'm in the bed.
Yeah. But you really think? But honestly, quick question: you really think that like 3 weeks worth of effort is really enough? Let's say if she had got hurt by the last two guys, and let's say that was 3 years of bad relationships. Don't you think that you could have kept pushing and really kept maybe putting your best foot forward a little longer, and maybe she would have realized that this guy does have better intentions at some point?
I do feel that, yeah, but that's another thing that I hate whenever, like the other guy said, if you've been hurt in the past, don't take it out on the new guy.
Well, she
but
wasn't
if you
taking
like her,
it
you
out
would
on
understand and be there for her and try to help her get through it.
Listen,
Exactly.
you can say that, but you also have to be cautious, because say the last 2-3 guys dogged her out. There's nothing wrong with her being cautious. That's not taking out what the last guy did to her on you. That is just as being cautious, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, if she accepts you and gets into a relationship with you and then mistreats you before you even did anything to her, then that's an issue. But you can't fault a woman for being protective. It's like if you don't be protective of yourself and just keep on going blind, they say you're stupid and you should know better. And then if you're protective, they say you're a bitch, and then they want to have sex with you and then leave you in spite. You got, and men nowadays, they think like a 2 or 3 week thing is such a big deal.
Right.
Yeah. What happened to guys that pursued women for a long time?
They're all dead.
They're just feeling themselves too much sometimes.
That's the only beef I had with his comment is 3 weeks. I mean, this girl could have, let's say she could have been hurt for years, 10 years worth of bullshit.
Well, basically, you have
in 3
to know
weeks.
His goal was to hit it.
No, I mean, not according to that. He said that he was actually looking for something more,
well,
but he didn't want to be bothered with trying to help her.
Though, but he hung,
3 weeks.
He hung in there 3
Sorry,
weeks.
Isn't it kind of
enough.
sad? It kind of makes you feel like you're not worth 3 weeks of effort.
3 weeks of time.
Is that what we're reduced to nowadays?
Yeah.
We're not worth, getting our nail, like,
3 weeks of effort, 2 years over here of effort. The guy took off.
At least Shelly's asshole put 2 years in of trying to hit. Right. All right. We've got T from Arizona. Welcome to the show.
Ladies, good evening.
Good evening. Hey, I just want to say, Miss Arizona last night, I voted for her to
beautiful.
win. I wanted her to win, actually. So
it was a nice representation of the state, and I appreciate that.
Beautiful.
Surely expected her to go a little further, but it is what it is, and it's all
She got
good.
third, but she got fourth.
California, it was a no-win situation for her, so you got to give her props for standing her moral ground. But at the same time, like you said at the start of the show, you're in a room full of queens. You need to answer appropriately.
Yeah.
So it's all good. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. I love your show.
Thank you very much.
I love when guys call and say
That's
that.
right. Appreciate that.
Had a couple comments I just wanted to make. I think for a lot of men, I know it is not our intention to break your hearts. Men, I think, have an innate nature to want to be the superhero. Mm-hmm. That's what we want to do. We want to be that Prince Charming who rides in and sweeps you off your feet. We want to be that man who does it all for you. But at the same time, a lot of brothers don't know. They don't know the practical application of what it means to be a superhero. They don't know how to put it into, okay, that means being on time. That means calling when you're going to be late. That means doing the things you say you're going to do. Brothers, they just don't understand that.
Right.
And that's
fantastic choice of words.
Practical application of being a superhero.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, you have to understand that, if we're into this thing for 2 weeks and you are demonstrating signs that you are needy, that you are stalker-ish, that you have issues, those are things that I would much rather turn off in the first 2 weeks after, maybe we hit it once, or maybe we went out to dinner once, or, we went to a picnic.
What's some signs of stalkerish? I'm just curious. What are some signs of stalkerish?
Yeah, I would much rather stop that right there and just be like, you know what, I'm going to go my way, you go your way, as opposed to getting in, here we are 6 months into it, maybe we have a child on the way, maybe we're living together.
Right.
Who knows what could happen further on down the line where there's some serious consequences involved. I would much rather it be hot, cold, see you later, kick rocks.
Well, that's extreme case. Well, that's the extreme case. Of course, if she's already slashing tires or calling you too much, and she sees you with another guy, girl, and just flips out. Or guy in L.A. Yeah. You never know. That's extreme cases. We're just talking about, let's say if it's just 2 weeks. Let's say you've called once or twice. Maybe you've gone out, but she's really not really not biting right away and then you falling back, that's what we're really talking about more so when it's just not long enough. Let's say if she figures maybe, let me see how this guy acts in 2 months. Of course, if she's a stalker, you got to get rid of her. That's just evident, I think. So we're not saying that